Hey guys, welcome back to Detroit Garage. More governor talk. So these are the double weight LS governors, both cores that I bought for cheap. So the plan is, if I don't like the governor that's in the forklift now on the 253, I will swap it out for a double weight LS governor. And the reason I want to do that is this is a better governor for a clutch application where you let out the clutch and slowly move forward, you know, add hydraulics at idle power, things like that. Here's the governor that I rebuilt for the 253, and it's a single weight, you can't see back there, a single weight VS governor. So yeah, if I don't like this governor, now I have two cores and I can rebuild a double weight governor for it. And then that'll be the same governor that's in my 453T. Same thing. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. I set the idle at about 610 to 625, something like that. So we'll have to see. I have no idea how it's going to work. I've never run one of these governors in a road application where you've got a clutch. So these governors are designed to run at a fixed RPM like 1800 and then keep the load on all the time. So vary the load, the governor adjusts for that load, stays at 1800 like a constant speed governor. These governors, the double weight limited speed, have a two governing speeds, one at idle and then one at full speed to govern the full speed no load, or if you want to call it no load full speed. So I'll take the top off of this one and I'll show you just how nasty it is. I've not found one seized up like this one before, but there's lots of them out there, I suppose. So I'll put a link below to the governor video, rebuilding that governor over there. So I think I might have a playlist called governors too, so I'll link that below if I have one. So it's another governor in the toolbox. If I ever want to use it, I have one. It's always nice to have options when you're dealing with engines that were built in the 70s. You know, you can never have too many spare parts on the shelf. So the hoard grows. This one here, it's all nice and done. It took 3 governors to make this one, basically. So it's all ready to go. So there's the lid. That's the throttle, and that's the stop lever. All right, so that pin is kind of nasty too. It needs to be repaired. So I wanted this one mainly for this spring here. This one here has a different spring application. So I wanted the top, and I wanted this spring. This is the same spring that's on my 453T. Same thing. This one here is different. Now, I'd have to find the cover that fits here. I don't have one, so I'd have to make one or find one. So that's why now I have two. And the plan was to take this governor, drill a hole through, and put a stop lever like this one. Not hard to do. But anyway, here's the governor. We've got our buffer screw here. See that? That's seized solid. The spring in there, oh no, the spring moves, okay. Disregard. See that? That's the buffer screw. The control rod to the rack comes through here, like this one. You see that? So, you see that's water damaged from sitting out for decades in the water. I'll get this out. Oops. No. So this is seized solid. Again, it's been waterlogged for years. So in order to get this out, I'm going to use a torch, get it nice and hot, and then with any luck, we'll get it out, okay? Well, we'll gently tap it with a chisel to get it to work loose. Put a bit of lubricant on it. Okay guys, I pulled the idle screw out. It's pretty nasty as well. So, like I said, if you buy these things, make sure you get a good price on them because sometimes they're gonna take a lot of work. This one here, I had to resort to, unfortunately, using a chisel to get it to start. So I'm slowly getting to move. There, starting to come now. These housings and everything, very fragile. And of course, they're hard to come by. Look at that, we got it. There, let's try my tool now. So normally you'd never have to resort to doing this, but when you get stuff like this for scrap, this is what you get, right? There we go. So this whole governor needs to be rebuilt. Bearings are probably all shot. Yeah, for giggles, guys, we'll take this apart and see how bad it is. But, you know, given some time and parts, everything's rebuildable. Yeah, she's nasty. Yeah, she's all seized up. Yeah, so this bearing here is seized. See that? That bearing in there is seized solid. And then I'll quickly pull this. I'll pull this gear off. I'll quickly pull this gear off, and we'll just see how nasty this thing is. Or actually, maybe I'll try pulling this out without taking the whole unit apart. Let's see. Oh, wow, that came out. Surprised. So the gear is junk, and you hear that? The bearings are garbage too, and I won't get that apart. Let's see. Maybe I will. All right, I'll pull this gear off. Give me a minute. So we got double weights in there. But the bearing is nasty. There's the gear. That's not usable anymore either. But I have a core here. I could use the gears off that. So now we have to unhook the little fork in here. Okay, we got the fork apart. Now this should just pop, oh, there we go, should pop right out. Nasty. So it looks like an archaeology dig. See that? Oh yeah, nasty, guys. This is half the fun. I really enjoy doing this stuff. So check this out. Boy, I'm not so sure I can even salvage any of this. I'll see. The riser bearings may be destroyed as well. See that? The weights are all seized up. So we've got, yeah, we got one weight that works. See that? The rest are all seized solid. This one's been sitting in water for decades. I have to take this entire unit apart, wash it, clean it, and see if it'll even work. But I don't think I'll spend much time on that because I have a fully functional governor over here. So there's the internals. There's the fork. The bolts on there like that. And then the weights go in here like that. So I'll pull this shaft out here quickly and have a look at the bearing and then assess what I have. What I'll probably do, I'll probably just use the internals out of this, the weights and everything, okay? But we'll quickly haul this apart and see what we got. All right, guys, we spent far too long on this one. I'm gonna sweat this bearing out, and if not, I'm just going to abort this mission and leave it for a rainy day. I don't need this housing. I just wanted to pull it apart. You can get sucked up into a lot of hours doing this. Everything is sea solid. And that's not any special elixir. This is just diesel fuel and oil that I'm using. All right, I think that's doing something. Let's see. Yeah, the bearing's coming out. She's in hard shape. This is the worst one I've ever seen. There we go. Nasty. So we'll lay the parts out. We can have a quick look. I'm running out of battery on the GoPro, guys. I've ordered 2 brand new batteries. The old batteries are all junk, so there's the housing. It's a good housing, can clean up nicely. So got a nice housing. Nasty seize bearing, of course, that can come off, be replaced. But the counterweight, yeah, spend some time on that, and maybe not. These are things you don't want to screw with, because this is what makes the Detroit run, right? If you don't have these working right, the engine's never ever going to work right. It's going to be screwed. It'll be a dog. Or even worse, it'll run away on you, you know. So you don't want any of that. But for giggles, on some spare time, I'll take this apart and clean it in the parts washer and see what we've got, right? Okay, I'll quickly take this one apart. This was a salvaged unit as well. I've never looked at it, but it sounds pretty decent, so we'll take that one apart and have a quick peek. Okay, a quick peek at the governor. That's the high-speed spring, idle screw, the internals, low-speed governor spring, and then the end cap piece. All right, and that's that. Simple as that. Of course, it needs to be all cleaned up and prettied up and everything, but that's the high speed, low speed spring. So I've got the second core in the vise. It's proving to be a bit of a bear as well. It's seized up. So I've got some oil on that bearing and it's starting to move. But it sat outside as well for decades. So it needs a new bearing on this bearing as well. All right, I'm gonna pull this governor out. Same deal. C is solid. There, that came out better. Pretty nasty. So that's the other style of governor spring. Has a long cap on it. All right. So with 3 governors, with the 2 governors, I'm able to rebuild the 1 governor. I'm not going to spend time on those other weights. Maybe for a rainy day, if I have to have a governor, I'll spend some time. But for now, I'm just going to focus on checking this one over and see what I need to rebuild it. So this one's seized up as well. Banging it back and forth. Right, another nasty control shaft. So some more double weights. These ones are okay, but the riser's totally shot. Look at that. It's missing half the bearings. That one was run hard and put away wet. Nasty. All right, I went through the hoard of parts, found some risers, a good control shaft with a good bearing. These bearings are good on here, so I can make one out of these 2 good governors for now, so that'll be good. So the next video in this episode will be, the next video in this series will be rebuilding this governor. Well, there you have it, guys. I've got enough parts to rebuild 1 good governor for the little 253, so that'll be next on this little episode. So again, thanks for checking in, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.